We would all recognize the terrible laughter coming from an unknown place in the sky as the sound of a hoverboard and some sort of pedestrian screams of terror came from all around us. We might even expect to hear the sound of Spider-Man shooting web from his wrists on a fast-paced movement to the danger. But what we might not expect is that both the web-slinging and the ominous laughter will be coming from the same source, meaning Spider-Man is one of the most famous Spider-Man villains, the Green Goblin. It's true, Amazing Spider-Man number 53 has on its cover the image of the jovial Green Goblin in a goblinified Spider-Man suit with his hand in the familiar shape of the web-slinging hero. So Peter Parker is the Green Goblin. Well, if you know of the Queen Goblin, who carries a spear imbued with the sins of Norman Osborn, then you might have some concept of how to explain this intriguing comic book cover. Basically, in an earlier comic, Spider-Man was stabbed with the spear and thereby took on the attributes of the Green Goblin, or basically Norman Osborn's dark side became his mode of operation. And although Spider-Man eventually got free of the spear's effects, we have seen the return of the Queen Goblin in the not-so-distant Amazing Spider-Man number 47. So with the release of this new cover, we can imagine that there is some connection between the darkness-imbued spear and Spidey's unfortunate turn to villainy, which of course is actually more than unfortunate when you consider a web-slinging, pumpkin bomb-throwing, flying, and acrobatic bad guy who might have the wit to make you feel bad and then decide it's time for you to meet a certain unfortunate doom. Amazing Spider-Man number 53 will be written by Zeb Wells, with art by Ed McGuinness and Todd Knock, and the cover, naturally, is by Ed McGuinness. The point is, this is something of a new precedent with the red and blue superhero, with the arc of Norman Osborn giving us a small hope for the future of his quasi-reluctant fatherhood of Peter Parker, while of course teasing his return to villainy. We can only hope that the cause of our web-slinging friend's unfortunate changes have not been the result of anything Norman Osborn has done intentionally.